Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another episode of Myth Busting Mondays. Get ready, guys, because for this week's final myth it is going to be insane. For the final myth for today's episode, we're going to be seeing if it is possible to save another player from fall damage by using a frag round shotgun. I know that sounds really weird, but you will understand exactly what I mean when we end up testing it at the end of the episode. If you guys end up enjoying today's episode, by the way, please show your guys support by dropping a like, comment, and subscribe, and all that beautiful stuff. And if there's a specific or particular myth that you guys would like to see featured in next week's episode, please put them in the comments down below. I really would love to see what you guys come up with. But yeah, guys, with all that being said, let's get on with this week's episode of Myth Busting Mondays. Myth: can you block the artillery gun on Crash Course from shooting the bridge? Alrighty guys, now I have really been wanting to test this myth for a long time. This has been in my backlog of myths to test. And this myth, the reason why I want to test it so bad is because the artillery gun is one of the strongest things in the entire game. This thing can obliterate literally anything. And so I want to see if we can truly stop this thing from destroying all that gets in its way. So that's why me and the boys, Glabersko, Dan, and Drages, are just going to be shoving in every single inanimate object that we can think of in front of this gun. We're going to be using cars, we're going to be using fences, we're going to be using cement, we're going to be using barricades, we're going to be using even random things that shouldn't even be in the map at all. And by everything, I literally mean everything. Take a look at this right here. So shortly here, while I'm flying in the air with no clip, one of the guys is going to shoot the artillery gun, and we're just going to be seeing if the artillery gun will almost act like a cutscene and just shoot through everything, or if it can be blocked and end up having collision, kind of like how it does with the special infected and the players in the game. So here we go, we're about to end up shooting the gun, and let's see if all of this can stop the artillery gun. So here we go. Oh, it looks like we're getting some things flying. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, it's already starting to get chaotic in here. And when it shoots, it looks like nothing really ends up stopping it. It just either knocks cars out of the way or just simply ignores the physical objects that can't be moved. So it looks like that this myth is going to be busted. No matter what we put in front of this thing, it either ignored it or moved it out of its way. So the artillery gun on Crash Course cannot be stopped by anything, so when that thing goes off, you better get the hell out of the way. Myth: can a tank launch a gas can by punching it? Alrighty guys, this next myth was submitted by StarSan64. Now, Star, I don't believe you've ever submitted a myth my way before, man, so thank you, I appreciate it. And I hope that you submit more, my friend. I really look forward to seeing what else you come up with. But yeah, so Star in this myth specifically wants to know, can a tank punch a gasoline can and copy it across the map? So what me and everybody else are going to be doing is we're going to be playing here on Dead Center, where there's tons and tons of gasoline cans, and we just have Dan spawned in as a tank, and I'm just going to be instructing Dan to punch as soon as I throw a gasoline can at him, and just see if there is a collision effect. Technically, I think there should be, because the gasoline can end up breaking a tank rock, believe it or not. That was a prior myth we tested before, and so I think that this is going to work. So let's just see. I'm just going to chuck it at Dan a couple times, and we'll see what's what after the zombies are done molesting me. Sorry everybody, please excuse the molestation. But anyways, let's get back to the myth. So here we go, copying it at Dan now. Dan, do your thing. And, yep, I was right. The gasoline can went immediately flying, and I'm not gonna lie, that was glorious to watch. So yeah, this myth is confirmed. You can use the tank to punch a gasoline can and it will just fly across the map, so you can really mess people up in verses if you want to, and this would make them totally baffled at like what the heck just happened. If you did this, this would be an epic play, and I would love to see a clip of this on an online match. Myth: can the Left 4 Dead 1 and the Left 4 Dead 2 survivors mourn the deaths of the members in the other group? Okay guys, so this myth was submitted in by Zoe, and Zoe wants to once again know, can the Left 4 Dead 1 and the Left 4 Dead 2 survivors mourn the deaths of the other group members? So we're going to be testing that here today. We are loaded up here on the passing, and me, Dan, Glabersko, and Drages are just going to take turns killing ourselves. And we do have captions on my screen, so that way, even though you guys won't be able to hear it throughout the video, you can end up reading to see if they say any specific voice lines. And I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard to do this because first of all, I was trying about getting positioning where that the survivors would be looking at us, because they were always distracted by things, even when we had like the director off. and it was really hard to get their attention. We just decided that, hey, it was probably better if we would just spawn them down on the ground with us, and at least we got better results here. Now, when we did this, we weren't trying to get a specific character to give a reaction, nor were we expecting a certain kind of reaction, because I would like to believe that since that the passing map was officially created, that there must have been something in the game that would have a voice line for at least the Left 4 Dead 1 crew reacting to the Left 4 Dead 2 crew dying, because they do interact with each other, we see it all the time. But for some reason, they're treated as kind of like just speechless bots. They don't exactly have like personalities like they do when they're in predetermined events, such as when you first speak to them, or when you speak to them like right before you start the finale. They just kind of shoot things. Now, even though the Left 4 Dead 1 crew did not react to the deaths and the injuries of the Left 4 Dead 2 crew, what about the other way around? Does the Left 4 Dead 2 crew react to the Left 4 Dead 1 survivors getting injured or killed in any way? Now, the problem is with this is that this is going to be a little bit harder and unlikely because the Left 4 Dead 1 crew on the passing is basically immortal. They just cannot die. And this is the only time where officially in the game they meet. So which means that unless they decide to add in voice lines just for the sake of adding them, there's going to be no reason to use them. But there was one more thing to test, and that was going to end up being what happens if they end up walking up to Bill. Do the Left 4 Dead 2 crew members just end up ignoring Bill? Because they walk right next to his corpse and they end up picking up his M16. It's a weapon that you can end up using within the game. And I looked and I found this on the internet, which I think you guys will like because this is a really, really good piece of dialogue.
Assault rifle. Sorry for your loss. All shit aside, I'm sorry to hear it.
There's not many of us left, brother.
I'm starting to get that feeling myself.
So before the Last Stand update, this was a hidden piece of dialogue that was in the game files, and since it was a hidden piece of dialogue and not officially in the game, the only way you could use this before was with add-ons, so that is probably why we didn't find it until just recently. Now, even though Nick doesn't give an over-the-top like death reaction or anything, because Bill's technically already dead, and also second of all, he didn't know him, I am glad that Nick, of all people, was trying to end up being empathetic towards the Left 4 Dead 1 crew, especially even Francis, because like Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2 crew both have one asshole character, Francis and Nick respectfully, and the thing is that the fact that the two asshole characters can come together in a time of like needing other people, like, you know, grieving and stuff like that, and needing a sense of community, it's really cool that even the two like really tough as nails characters can have empathy for each other, and I really like that because it like breaks up the tension and it makes it feel refreshing to see this dialogue from a character that normally doesn't say it. So it's really cool to see, and technically, even though it's not the most extreme reaction, I will take this as mourning because Nick did seem like he at least felt bad, and I'm going to say that this myth is confirmed. It's not like a crazy over-the-top death reaction or anything, but it is a nice Easter egg that is in the game that you can officially do now without add-ons, and I think that does classify confirmed for today's myth. Myth, can you vote to play the exact same map that you are currently playing on? Alrighty guys, this myth is submitted in by Dan or Dr. Zed, and this is pretty straightforward. Dan just wants to know, can you vote for the exact same map and basically reset it even though you already are playing on, essentially acting as a second vote for if you were on a vote cooldown. So here I am voting for the bridge, and it does look like it is going through, so there is a possibility that this definitely could be on the side of confirmed, but I don't want to jump the gun quite yet and not show you guys the gameplay, because I do want to show you guys the gameplay of everything happening, so that way you guys can end up seeing it for yourselves. And when it comes to this myth, it would be very useful if you could do this, because it would be really nice to have essentially an extra vote. Let me know what you think that this myth is going to be in the comment section down below, guys. I think it's personally going to be confirmed based off the fact that it has gone this far. I don't think it's going to load another random Paris chapter. And yep, I was right. The myth is confirmed. You can end up playing on the exact same chapter via the voting system. It technically is just a glorified reset button if you're on vote cooldown, but it can be useful if you really need to do this. Alrighty guys, here we go. Final myth time. Can you end up saving another survivor with the frag round shotgun, just like how you can using it on yourself? Let's end up testing it out. Myth. Can you save another survivor by using the frag round shotgun strat? Alrighty guys, the final myth was submitted in by Globbersko. Globbersko, my friend, we're going to be testing out your myth here in just a second, my friend. So me and Dan, guys, are going to be here on Dead Center, and what we're going to be trying to do is I'm going to be trying to do this the original way that we ended up doing this first myth, where we end up trying to catch ourselves by using the frag round shotgun when we were using this for one person by just simply just shooting the floor. And if Dan just jumps along with me, does he end up also too getting saved? Does the frag rounds give kind of like a cushion effect within a sphere, or is it only just a straight shot right underneath of the person that's shooting the gun, so that way they can be saved? Because keep in mind that technically this is like a glitch that became a strat, so you're not exactly supposed to do this. So if you can do this for others, it's going to be kind of a little bit nitpicky, and I feel like it'd be very, very hard to do. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to the traditional method, we really weren't getting a lot of progress where I felt like we're moving in the right direction, because the best we were able to achieve was just simply saving the survivor that was using the gun in the first place, which we know that works already, but we want to see if you can save multiple people. Like, can you save your teammate? And unfortunately, we weren't quite getting there. We even tried different modified strategies of the same exact thing, where we tried to, for example, have someone already on the ground and just shoot the floor as someone else is jumping off from the top ledge, and maybe what happens is that we can end up controlling the frag round shots better, but really what it does is that it just leads to you just shooting and injuring yourself, and then just the other people dying still. Now, originally when I was playing and trying to test out this myth, I thought that the frag rounds would be a lot more generous of splash damage, but me and Globbersko tried to test the splash damage right here, and you guys can clearly see Globbersko's just simply standing on sandbags, and it's not connecting with him. He basically has to be in the line of fire for it to count as a shot on him. Then we even tried to have it where I was off at a distance, I shot the gun like horizontally and see if maybe I can get a more accurate shot and therefore time the frag rounds better, but that didn't work either. So guys, it's not looking so hot for this myth. It's essentially on life support here. We've tried shooting the frag rounds in a multitude of different directions, and it's just simply not working. So I decided to try one more thing, mostly as a joke, because I was just kind of getting bored. I was like, you know what, guys? If we're just going to test out things here, why don't I just shoot your feet and try to act like as if it's a grenade launcher and fling you up? And the guys were like, sure. So we're mostly just doing this for the laughs. So the guys decided to jump just only a few more times. I was just going to try to aim the crosshair at their feet. And once I end up making a collision effect with one of the guys, you'll be really surprised what happens, because it's not exactly what you expect. Just take a look and just see what happens.
I'm not this because my ping.
1, 2, 3. Wait, I just saved Dan!
Wait a minute!
I just saved Dan!
What the hell?
I shot a shotgun up his ass and he stopped for a second! You can tell by our enthusiasm we were not expecting this to happen. This was mostly just for the joke. We were gonna probably make this into like a bonus clip for the end of the video. But no, legitimately, you can save your teammates by doing this. You just have to shoot their feet and basically make the shotgun into a grenade launcher, but it still works. This is really cool because this could be a good strategy you can use with your teammates, where if you want to speedrun, you could shoot the ground for yourself and save your life, and then immediately follow up and have your teammates jump and shoot their feet and therefore save their life. I really enjoy when I find strategies like this, because that's one of my favorite part about Myth-Busting Mondays, is when you can end up changing the meta of Left 4 Dead. People can get so used to playing the game in just so many different ways, but if you just stop trying to test things, then you kind of just end up losing that sense of novelty and discovery, and that's what I've enjoyed about this series the most, just allowing you guys to be able to try new and innovative ways to just change the gameplay and make it so that way you can do things that were not really possible for, with childhood creativity, if you will. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the final myth is confirmed. You can save your teammates with a frag round shotgun. It's just that you have to shoot their feet and not end up shooting the ground as you're falling with them, because it will give you different results. But it is good to know that you can now do this strategy in addition to all the other ones we have tried and succeeded at thus far. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode of Myth-Busting Mondays. I do hope you ended up enjoying, and if you did, please consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, and all that beautiful stuff. And if you guys want to check out last week's episode where we ended up testing out for the final myth, if you can end up getting over 1000 ping, then I do recommend checking that out, because that was extremely fun to do. And by the way, guys, if you do have a myth that you would like to see featured in next week's episode, by all means, please put them down below in the comments. I read every single thing you guys put in there, even some of the weird ones. And yeah, I would really just love to see all the myths that you guys come up with. So please, 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 feel free to put something down below. I would really love to see what you guys end up making for another myth. If you would like to financially support the channel, I'd tremendously appreciate if you guys could go check out my Patreon. It's always linked down below in all my YouTube video descriptions, or you guys could use supporter creator code BlackNinja797 in all caps in the Fortnite Epic Games item shops, because Epic's my very first sponsor, and they're sponsoring today's video, so shout out to Epic Games. But yeah, guys, I hope you end up enjoying seeing another YouTube video for the most unique YouTuber I'm ever going to see. Thank you for watching, guys. I love you, and peace out.
Hey, meme lords. Jesus here. And you better have enjoyed that video there by the eternal god Daddy Ninja. You should probably subscribe too, or the mighty Moab will come for your balls. If you enjoyed the video, you might like it too. And give me the memes. Flash, bang, boom!
Oh, there she is.
She's getting mad.
God
Nice-
damn
nice
it.
Dan.
Did it.
Ninja?
That was Dan.
Oh,
What do you
that
mean,
was
Ninja? Yes, my name is Dan. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm Ninja.
Yo, and Drages is Glabersko, and Glabersko is Drages.
5 minutes later.
Edges, I suggest you use that adrenaline shot now. Or not, Drages. God damn it.
Oh, I thought you were
Yes.
embracing the joke. I thought you were playing along. I was gonna be like, oh, that's funny. He's still using my joke, and then you were saying it accidentally.
God damn it. Might as well roll with it.